when Malte came with the idea of the project, I was absolutely excited about it. Like precisely, Wolfenstein is one of those games that I played in my younger years, and the idea of having, making a rendition to a game like that, right? Like making something that more or less resembles or has the idea or the spirit of a game like that, right? It was an absolute dream to a certain degree. It was like, absolutely, yeah, let's do it. This is teenage fantasy right now, right? Um, and yeah, I mean, um, I will say there was a very interesting conversation that we had. We set a call for, I don't know, I remember 45 minutes. We ended up like 3 hours and a half talking about what we can do, what we can start. When we blinked, we already had a Git repository, a real project set up. It was actually quite fast, I will say. But I enjoyed a lot so far doing the project.
Right. Yeah. I mean, like, you guys might have mentioned it, but when did you guys first meet? Was it years ago? You guys used to work together. How did this union begin?
Actually, it was around, correct me if I'm wrong, Malte, but 2019, 2020.
Yes,
I
exactly.
think it
When
was.
I think shortly before Corona hit.
Yes, actually, I was back then in a co-development studio, and a recruiter came in with the idea of VR, and that moment VR was quite hot, honestly, quite hot. Like many of the times in which VR has been hot in the game dev industry, right? There is like a cycle of coming and returning, right? And uh, it was very exciting for me, and I decided to accept it. And this is where I met Malte, actually, right? I mean, it was. Did you join like a little bit after me? I believe.
Yes, I did join a little bit after you, I think half a year, and we haven't been assigned to one project. So there were multiple projects in this company going on, but I think we knew us due to like meetings and overlapping
Mhm.
things because I led the art department back then. And I had to grab like one technical artist who know its ground, and that was obviously Rafino, where he provided me like with Unreal insights. What can we do? How to work together to optimize the whole experience because VR is very rendering intense.
Very
And
demanding.
yeah, yeah, very demanding, and we shortly noticed that we have the same kind of humor. We have the same kind of dedication to work, actually. We very much care about work, especially when it comes to performance. And yeah, this is when our friendship just started. And when we departed from this company, we actually kept in touch. And usually it's like, hi, how are you doing? Or like half a year text messages or something. But it wasn't the case. We were like updating each other, hey, how are things on your side? And then yeah, he knew that I started at Romero Games, and yeah, he was my very first contact because, starting such a game idea for an artist can be a really cool thing, but starting like a whole game is a different level, because I wouldn't be able to do like all the technical parts. I mean, maybe I would, but that would take me
I think
ages,
you
and
will. I think you will be
I
able.
don't
I
know.
mean, this is something that I realized when we met in the VR company is precisely that Malte has a keen eye for technical stuff, and he's able to basically manage himself, which made communication extremely easy as a technical artist back then. To explain someone who understands technical side of things and art at the same time, right? I joked sometimes that Maltek will have take my job at any moment in that company. Like he will absolutely take my job, right? Uh, and because he had these rare mix of being an artist with artistic eye and technical eye at the same time, right? And he was always open to absolutely work what kind of optimization is needed here, what kind of how can I reach this better or this other thing, right? Can you tell me what would be the best way to do such and such, right? So it was, it's not so common to have artists that actually come for consultation to take art. Normally, it's not true, right? You forgive me, any other artist listening to this. You people are awesome. But the common thing, the common relation is that tech art sets kind of a rules and sets and whatever. But in the case of Malti, he was proactively seeking a consultation of, hey, so I need to do this. What would be the best way? Or do you think this is a good thing?